Yeah, welcome aboard.
Hi, I'm Brad, and I love Starz Christmas movie.
I'm Dan, and this is the intro this movie deserves.
I'm Alonso and Niles.
This is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well,
Man,
hello,
we
everybody.
are just off and rolling
we
here.
sure are. Welcome. Another Monday is here.
Last day of
Christmas.
July, if you can believe it.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Technically, you know what? Sure. I was going to say, technically, our Christmas in July season's over.
It
but
is.
this episode, I think, maybe is actually the wrap up.
This is the wrap.
This is the wrap.
This is your last chance for that Christmas in July sale at balsamhill.com. Promo code podcast, all caps, get that extra 5%. Now's the time to do it.
I tell you what.
If you're listening on Monday on your way to work, do it. Do it now.
It's
when
been
you
a
get to
wonderful
work.
time.
Obviously,
Yeah.
not driving.
Don't get.
Yeah.
It's, don't do that. Hey, Alonso, great to see you. How are
Always
you?
a pleasure. Terrific. Look, Christmas in July is kind of nonsense, but at the same time, for somebody like me who never has Christmas too far from his mind, at least, is a bit of an excuse to kind of indulge in this sort of thing. Look, I get to see you guys once a week and see one of these movies. So, really for me, it's never not the season.
That's right.
Very excited. This Friday, Dan, we are starting
Fast Friday.
Fridays.
That's right. On the Deck to Hallmark main feed, you will get a Fast and Furious review because we have standards.
Now, a review, or are you taking it to the tape?
No.
I think it's a full review.
No, it's a review with the wait what and the what the fast,
okay.
the whole thing.
The fast.
Fast or Furious is I'm sure what that segment will be called.
Yeah, Fast or
and
Furious.
we'll just get to rank them either
Are
fast or
you saying
furious.
is this movie fast or is it furious?
That's right. That's right.
Very excited about that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
Also happening this week is the start of our When Calls the Heart Season 10 reviews. Those will be every Thursday. So
Dear
that's
God in
here.
heaven.
This is actually a really good month for you, a week for you. Wednesday, we have our August preview show. This week is crushing it. It's crushing it.
My birthday's on the following Monday.
Uh-huh.
Are you guys just trying to get all this out of the way so I don't have to deal with it?
I mean, When Calls the Heart's every week. I don't know.
Daniel, it's a public service because I will never watch When Calls the Heart, but I love y'all's recaps so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's going to be interesting is, for some reason, it feels like we watched seasons 8 and 9 over a year ago. And I know that's not true. It's only been a couple
We've
months.
been watching it every week, of course. But it does feel like it's been
a year
while.
ago. And I don't remember what's happened. I'm going to need some sort of review before Thursday's episode before we dive into it. But
if only there were a podcast that had been recapping it all the time.
I'm going to go back and
True.
listen to that
those,
nonsense.
Sure. That was one of our worst. Can we all agree that was one of our worst ideas?
What?
When Calls the Heart in general.
No, for you it was, but for the audience, it's
Yeah.
great.
Oh my God.
I don't know. There
are people that really do love
that
show.
we review these type of things and not review the biggest show on
That's right.
the biggest network of this type of thing. It would be we wouldn't be journalists.
Whereas there is an actual dip in listenership on the preview episodes. The When Calls the Heart episodes, there isn't, and in some episodes that are considered big episodes by the fan standards, there's actually a spike on those.
Sure.
So yeah, I guess.
Well, preview shows have been on Fridays. Now no longer. It's going to be on Wednesday.
No longer.
Because of Fast Friday. And we have to put it on Friday because we can't call it Fast Wednesdays.
Can't call it Fast Wednesday.
Fast Fridays.
Trying to pull a fast one on somebody on a Wednesday?
I'd be furious.
Yeah.
We'll
be here all week, guys, if you don't want to.
Yeah, you will.
That's BrambleJamPlus.com if this is not enough for you.
You can get all this just ad free, and extras.
That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
Extras. All right.
It's time for Crackle.
Real quick. No.
Nope. Starz.
Starz.
That's easy though.
Stars your engine.
Stars your engine. The stars are aligning. Written in the
Falling
stars.
Stars?
Written in the stars.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what it's got to be, right?
Alonso, could you do us a solid? And if you can, I didn't ask you to prep for this. Give us the quick rundown on finding Father Christmas Return.
Father Christmas is back.
What is it?
I meant to go back and listen to our episode to remember what it was, but basically it is this sort of posh British family. The mother had left her husband for his older brother, and so the dad leaves and has been gone for a very long time. And this holiday, Father Christmas, the family name is Christmas.
That's right.
Kelsey Grammer is back as the dad and tries to sort of mend fences with his 4 daughters, one of whom is conveniently absent for this sequel.
Yeah, and he's also dating a much younger woman.
Yeah,
yes. But they are very much in love. And Elizabeth Hurley is in it, Kelsey Grammer's in it, and others. But I will say this: when we watched the first one for Deck the Netflix, and we all gave it even Jax didn't like it. That should tell you everything you need to know. Even Jax didn't have positive things to say. That's what you need to know right there. Yeah. But I will say, had they added like a 90s like country one-hit wonder like singer, I feel like we could have
tell me more.
We could have maybe
it'd be the best of both worlds.
It would be the best of both worlds. And funny, eerily enough, I did reference Achy Breaky Heart a few weeks ago on the podcast, not knowing what we know now.
Like Beetlejuice 3 times.
That's exactly right. Yeah. But I will say this: it may not have been. It was filmed in the States because this movie's a party in the USA.
It is a party. It has to. It has to be. It has to be.
If the USA includes like Guam and the Virgin Islands.
Of course.
And just a quick reminder, you can add Starz to your Philo subscription. So if you want to watch this movie or all that Starz has to offer, which actually is a lot.
Party Down is
really
phenomenal.
good stuff on Starz.
Yes.
That's not this. You can add that to your Philo subscription. So philo.tv/DTH to sign up, and then you just throw that sucker on there. Christmas in Paradise originally aired on Starz on November 15th, 2022, and it went a little something like this. Felix and Joanna, they are married. They have a baby. They're thrilled to be spending Christmas together. And not with her Christmas. Not with her family like last year. The Christmas family. Their last name's Christmas. It's Big Funnies. But Joanna gets a call from her sister that dad and his girlfriend broke up. No one can get a hold of him. So they, the Christmas sisters, Joanna, Caroline, and Paulina, we know them, we love them, head down to the Caribbean. They figure out like where dad is basically. And they're like, let's go sneak attack him. So we go down to the Caribbean and we see James Christmas.
James Cameron? Dude, if the director of Avatar and Terminator and Aliens is in this movie, I missed it.
Christmas, the way of water.
I'm sorry. James Christmas. It's James Christmas.
You didn't see your print in 3D? Why even go? This movie was in high frame rate. I saw every wrinkle in Kelsey Grammer's face.
You stop it. James Christmas is playing the drums for Billy Ray Cyrus, who is playing Achy Breaky Heart, a song that we know and love by Billy Ray Cyrus. But in this movie, Billy Ray Cyrus's name is Jimmy Ray Love.
Yeah, to throw people off the scent.
James bought the resort and is planning to stay here forever, I guess. His daughters show up and he's like, well, I guess we'll make the most of it since you're here. It's going to be a wonderful time. I get to spend time with my daughters. They ask him what happened with his girlfriend and he's like, oh, it's nothing. Just grew apart. Wanted her to go live her life, blah, blah, blah. Billy Ray basically joins the family.
That's just Jimmy Ray Love.
Sorry, Jimmy Ray Love.
Jimmy
Ray joins the family and just kind of sings songs. At one point, they sing a song. There's a female vocalist. You hear her. You don't see her. The next day, Joanna finds papers showing scans and whatnot that show that dad has cancer. She talks to him about it, and he's like, yeah, this is true. And she's like, they're very sad. We do get to see Kelsey Grammer with his shirt off. So yay. It's no Brian Harold, I'll say that much.
What is the
I tell you
High
what.
bar.
A high bar. The family is having such a good time together, doing, beach stuff and whatnot. But then the daughters suddenly get very mad that James Cameron is not willing to go somewhere. James Christmas is not willing to go somewhere.
James Cameron's willing to go anywhere.
He sure is. Just give him a boat and he's there. James Christmas is not willing to go somewhere where he can get treatments.
Yeah,
because he's just kind of like, I just want to live out my days here on my island
with his achy breaky heart.
Yes. The rest of this movie is a bit of a blur. They hang out some more, and they're having a wonderful time.
Sing some songs. They
decide
drink some drinks.
They drink a whiskey drink, a cider drink. They decide they're going to stay there for Christmas. Maybe the rest of the families will come there. Yeah. And he kind of is like, let's just see what happens when it comes to treatment. And then they get a call from his ex-girlfriend, and his ex-girlfriend is pregnant with child, and that child is Kelsey Grammer's baby. And that, my friends, was Christmas in Paradise.
We did it.
We did do it. We're gonna take a quick break.
Maybe even no plot.
Maybe even
45 minutes in a daze of stupor.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we will break this movie down with 4 segments here on Deck the Hallmark. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Deck the Hallmark. We're talking about the sequel to the Netflix movie, Father Christmas is back.
You can't remember that.
I keep wanting to say Returns.
Yeah.
Father Christmas is back. The sequel to that movie, which aired on Starz, is called Christmas
Did you
in
know
Paradise.
it was a sequel when you put it on our schedule?
I did know.
Okay.
Yes.
So I do hate you.
No, I'd been pushing it off. I've been putting it off for a while, and now felt like the time.
Dan, everybody was so excited about getting a sequel to Father Christmas is Back. We needed to know so much. We had so many unanswered questions.
Yeah,
we wanted to see those for unforgettable characters all over.
That Deck the Netflix episode's a fun time.
It
you
is.
should go listen to that episode
it's a good
instead of
time.
watching the movie, for sure.
But also, this is one of the worst cover arts for a movie I've ever seen. It's a real. It's great. Everything,
3 people in different rooms on different continents.
Everything and everybody is photoshopped.
Yes. Yes.
It's an impressive amount of work there. Let's get to the movie. Let's start with a hot take. Let's start with you, Alonso. What did you think of this thrilling sequel, Christmas in Paradise?
Yeah, they could have just called it a very colonizer Christmas. I do love seeing rich white people cavorting around the Caribbean with no regard for anyone else but themselves. What was kind of perversely amusing about this movie is, we've all seen sequels to movies that were actually beloved, and how those movies like kind of throw in some exposition to catch people up, or like in case you didn't see the first one, or there'll be callbacks to things, and it was just so weird to watch a sequel to a movie that nobody wanted a sequel to, that no one remembers or cares about or has thought about. And since they accidentally watched it on Netflix that time, still pretending like we're so invested in this family and in these characters. And it's like, are we? Is anyone? I don't think so.
Yeah, not even a little bit.
All right, here's what I'll say. Better than the first one.
Yeah, I actually would agree with that statement.
Okay, great. I liked it better
Alonso?
than
You
the
hated
first
that
one.
fourth sister so much, you wanted to get rid of her. Is that it?
Well, I think just the carnival show that is
Yeah.
Billy Ray Cyrus
Yeah.
lends itself.
And this is a lot like I know, Alonso, that you love like fighting family Christmas times. That's not my jam, and that's really what this first one is it's just this family that gets thrown together, and by the end of it they kind of realize they want to put up with each other.
You want the Get Along Gang plus Billy Ray Cyrus with Pippi Longstocking.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Listen,
gosh.
we get to hear a couple Billy Ray Cyrus songs. Three
of
full-length
them.
Billy Ray Cyrus songs.
Plus a Silent Night cover.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that. This movie is a wild ride that ends with telling a man who has terminal cancer that he has a baby on the way and fading to black.
Yeah.
That's the end
As
of the
a
movie.
happy ending. Yeah.
It's like they wanted us to forget he had cancer.
Just wait to the third one.
I don't forget he has cancer. And for no reason, they say that he's having a baby. And that's literally the end. You're having a baby, fade to black.
Yeah. Is the idea that that's going to make him actually get treatment now, as opposed to just?
It would have been nice to know that, Alonso. It would have been nice for him to be like, okay, guys, let's go. We're going to go do the treatment. But that's not what happens at the end of this movie.
It is
the
not.
end of this movie is I'm having a wonderful time with my family, which is really great because I'm dying. Oh, my gosh, I have a baby on the way.
It's unreal.
It's unreal. Yeah. I didn't see it coming. Billy Ray Cyrus is a national treasure. Dano?
The Caribbean is my hospice, but now maybe? I don't know.
Maybe I'll give life another chance. Maybe Billy Ray Cyrus isn't as great as I think he is. Billy Ray Cyrus's second song that he sings after Achy Breaky Heart is an original called Time. And the first line of the chorus says, "Tell me who made time, and I've lost all faith that anyone made it after watching this movie." It is a searing portrait of all that is wrong with the world. It is a special kind of bad. It is more entertaining than the first one because Billy Ray Cyrus is a treat.
Yes.
In this movie, they asked the audience to believe there is a very famous country singer named Jimmy Ray Love that did have a very big hit single called Achy Breaky Heart. So I don't really know. It would be like if Chumbawamba was in a movie and people were like,
a Stumpa Thumpa.
Look, there's Dumba Thumpa. You guys had a hit song called Tub Thumper. That is what they're asking. Why not call him Billy Ray Cyrus?
It's an alternate universe.
I don't understand. Like, it is. I couldn't believe that
Tub
portion
thumping.
of it. And then early in the movie,
Tub
thumping. Excuse me.
Pissing
I'm sorry.
Tub thumping from the album Tub Thumper. It's clear as crystal.
I mean, and early on in the movie, you're like, Billy Ray is giving a performance in this movie. He is staring very hard at a cue card. Like, he is staring very hard at whatever his lines are written on. And he does not break the gaze of that line. He doesn't. And he has some humdinger lines in this movie, and I'm going to save them, but they're fantastic. And that alone did make it better than the first one, but still not good enough to be considered a movie.
Let's get to the feels. We were talking about when this movie gave us feels. Alonso.
I'll give this one. There is a scene where Kelsey Grammer is watching his three daughters on the beach and imagines them as their younger selves. And we've seen it before. It's nothing new, but it's quick and it's silent and they don't dwell on it too much. And Kelsey Grammer just gets this sort of look of satisfaction on his face. And I was like, okay, movie, I'll give you that one. Like, it was a nice little quick in and out. And, that worked for me. That's kind of it.
They do an interesting thing in this movie, though, where they hope you haven't seen the first one. Because if you have seen the first one, you know that he wasn't present.
True.
You know that he never saw his kids on the beach.
And that he has a fourth daughter.
Yeah.
Well, he was around for a little bit, but then they do this thing where they talk about him like he raised them.
Yes. It's wild. It's wild.
It's great.
I love Hannah Montana. I think it's a wonderful show. And I'm just happy Billy Ray Cyrus is back out there with his pigtails doing his thing. It was an absolute delight to see him on screen again. And I'm only saying that like 25% ironically. Like, there is a part, like the majority of me thoroughly enjoyed it. And I just loved it. Dano?
Mine is also Billy Ray centric. Reggae version of Achy Breaky Heart.
Great.
Yes, please. And that is mostly ironic, but I'm
it was
someone who was like a thriving 7 or 8 year old when Achy Breaky Heart came out, like a reggae version of that song. I mean,
the song needs more steel drum.
It's what we needed in life, and I'm glad that this many years later, 30 some years later, Billy Ray is still singing.
It's my favorite Jimmy Ray love song.
I'm his favorite Jimmy. Of course it is.
Who could pick one?
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with
no
the Wait
Dumba
What.
Thump, I can tell you that.
It's true. Man, a Caribbean version of Tub Thumping?
Yeah. You mean Tub Thumper, right?
No, that's from the album Tub Thumping. Come on, read a book. Here on Deck the Whole Mic. Did you know that was
Welcome back to Alonso clearing his throat live here.
Did you know that was...
you guys can edit these things, you know. You don't have to
it's just
dump
tough
all
because
the
it's
raw
right in the
audio.
middle, and it's just like it's.
Okay. I'll do it while you're talking.
I clear my throat all the time, Alonso.
Did you know that Tub Thumper is Chumbawamba's 8th studio album?
No, that's a lie.
So there's a fun fact
That's a
for
lie.
you today.
That's a lie.
Eighth.
No.
8th. Let's do this, shall we? Let's get to the wait what's. We were talking about what, and this movie made us go wait what's. Alonso.
Almost all of mine come at the beginning of the movie because at some point this film just sort of broke my brain and I stopped writing them down.
Correct.
But, all right, so we open with Elizabeth Hurley and her husband and, adoring their baby. And then the phone rings and she's furious that her sister's calling her because it just woke the baby up. And it's like, you could just put that on vibrate.
That's right.
Like, that is on you.
It's completely on you.
If you have a klaxon as your, ringtone, maybe don't do that with the babies trying to sleep. The idea that a beach full of people in the Caribbean are excited to hear Achy Breaky Heart in 2022 with a steel drum.
Yes.
I thought, well, this is a fantasy for
sure. Man. Yeah, everyone's singing a lot, like people of every tongue, tribe, and nation singing along to every word of Achy Breaky Heart.
Yeah, and they know the verses.
This is what people in the South think is happening.
Is this heaven? This is heaven.
See, the media won't show you that. They won't show you a beach in the Caribbean where people of every color are singing Achy Breaky Heart, even a reggae version with steel drums. They won't show you that. No, it's all bad news on the media.
I just for the pretense that Billy Ray Cyrus gave the world anything besides half the DNA required to make Miley Cyrus is, a stretch, I think. They could have just turned this into a joke, but they don't go quite far enough. So the first time we see Billy Ray Cyrus, he is butchering his own hit song. The second time we see him, he is walking on the beach with his guitar.
He's always got it.
He's always got his guitar.
Then we see him in a yoga class with the guitar on while everybody is like cross-legged on the mats. I'm like, just have him have the guitar in every single scene, and they don't do it. I wish they had just.
They gave up at some point.
Yeah,
like pretend
it would have been great if they kept
body.
with it. That's true. Yeah,
like have him walk out of the sea, with the guitar. Like there was they could have gone with that, and they were very they half-assed it. So one of the video calls that Elizabeth Hurley has with her husband, he's like, "Oh, we've got a crying baby," and it's like, "No, you don't." That baby is just sitting there very placidly with a pacifier, and it's like, I hear a baby. You've ADR'd a crying baby, but that one in your hands is not. You brought up the second Billy Ray song that he sings about time. It's a duet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is someone else singing with them?
No.
They are not.
And not only that, it's the track version. Like that's the version that you would find like on Spotify, and he's just badly lip syncing it.
Yeah,
it's
and like,
terrible.
It's a given in most movies, especially ones of this ilk, that one guy is going to start a song playing an acoustic guitar, and by the end of the song, there's a full orchestra behind him, even if it's still just one guy in a room playing acoustic guitar. But an actual second voice, that is a flex. Like I thought maybe one of the sisters was singing it with him.
I did too. I kept waiting to see which one of them. It's just none of them.
Yeah. Nope. No cutaway there. If you don't want your family to find out about your current health crisis, maybe don't leave in your drawer a folder with, in giant red letters, cancer pathology reports.
That's right.
That's right. That's an I know you have MS kind of thing.
Don't look in my bad news drawer. That's
right.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
Avert your eyes from the neon sign in my room that says melanoma.
Someone who's not getting treatment has full page MRI scans. What are you doing, bro?
So that whole folder was crazy. No one is frosting cookies outdoors near the equator. Like you see these kids decorating these holiday cookies, and that frosting is just like melting right off the spatula. That's not. And then just finally, there's a lesbian relationship in this movie that they tiptoe around and sort of give you a tiny taste of at the very end of the movie, and it's like, commit to the bit or don't bother. Movie, like, don't waste my time.
Does the other girl actually end up coming out? I missed that part.
Well, the daughter says that she's a lesbian, right. And then the friend of the dad like, gives her that gift at the end.
Okay.
And there's a lot of like it's very like 1960s sort of cryptic dialogue. Are you understand? Do you get me? Like, you know, I could, if you missed it, I totally get it, because this movie is pretending like they are in, you know, 1955 London and the cops could come bursting in at any moment. It's so like sly and cryptic and weird.
That's Starz for you. The premium TV. You just can't put it out there like that.
That's right.
You took essentially all of mine, Alonso.
Sorry.
That's okay, because I just want to reiterate the fact that they brought in Billy Ray Cyrus. They named him
Jimmy Ray Love.
Jimmy Ray Love, and they had him sing "Achy Breaky Heart." Possibly for my money, one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I just don't know why you do it. I'm happy it happened. I just don't know why you do it. Really weird.
That's in his contract.
But why change his name? Why is he not just Billy Ray? Why is he not? And I got a kick out of the fact that he's just like, I came down here to get to hide. You know how you don't hide?
Yeah.
Doing everything that
you're doing. Literally carrying your guitar around.
Constantly don't make me sing.
Singing all your hits. It's unbelievable.
I don't want anyone to know I'm here, but I will perform for literally anyone. And
look, my guitar.
Oh, here it is. It's yoga time, baby.
Yeah.
It was just a lot. It was just a lot, and I didn't like it. The only other one I had is I don't understand this children's sailing class at all, where they just put kids in boats and adults hold on to the boats in the shallow part of the ocean. Maybe that is how you teach kids to sail. I was confused by it overall, and maybe it's because I've never taken a sailing class. I don't know. Dano?
Yeah, I got a couple of Billy Ray zingers for you. He says in front of the church, I believe it's in front of the church, maybe somewhere else, when I came to this island a couple years ago, I didn't believe in anything. Now, I believe in everything.
I can tell you exactly where he says that. He says that on stage at the church before singing Silent Night.
He believes in everything.
UFOs, flat Earth.
If you come to him with an idea because of his years on this island, he will believe you. He's like Ron Burgundy in the teleprompter. Listen, he believes in everything. We didn't get one pass on that script. Like Billy Ray believes in everything. That's great. But my favorite is for some reason he's attached himself to this family and he gets to sit around with all this family, like Kelsey Grammer and his daughters, and they're going around sharing their favorite Christmas memories. And they're like, I remember when Dad did this, or with the car and the blah, blah, blah. And they get to Billy Ray and he gets really serious and he goes, my favorite Christmas memory is this one right here. Bro, what are you talking about? You just met these people. Like, are you high out of your mind?
I believe in everything.
Like, he believes in everything, and his favorite Christmas memory is the one that just happened with people he doesn't know.
Miley's going to be so sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other singer in Metro Station is going to be crushed.
Marley is what they call her. It's Marley Love in this movie.
You just know in the 90s, like he would have been on like the Kathy Lee Christmas special or something. Really, none of that is a magical.
No,
okay.
Nothing. Not a single Christmas memory. Whose baby is that? Because it is not Elizabeth Hurley's. Listen, people. I'm not here. I'm just saying, if you're telling me there's a child that was made by Elizabeth Hurley and that man, make it look like that's a possibility. And also, she's like 60 years old. Neither here nor there. I'm just saying she didn't have that kid. She didn't have that kid. Well, no way, no how. See ya.
And I want to piggyback on that, where the sisters are telling, oh, you look exhausted. It's like, No, she doesn't. She has a full face of makeup, and she's dressed like to the nines. Like she looks dynamite.
Right. She looks like she's prepping for Bedazzled 2.
Yeah,
like
this is a woman with 3 nannies. Like she does not look exhausted.
And she's lamenting at how hard parenting is. And Kelsey Grammer pipes up, the guy that walked out on his family and said, "Don't worry, parenting gets easier every day." I'm sure it does.
You know how it gets easier? By not being there. It's a breeze.
Removing yourself from the situation.
Sleep like a baby. Drive my Corvette. It's unbelievable.
Amazing.
Martinis all night.
When they do the Achy Breaky Heart cover, that is the one with the steel drum. Kelsey Grammer's playing the drum, but the drum does not exist.
No.
He has, like, if you're watching on file, he's like this, and he's just like this.
Silent conga.
And he's like this, and there's no drum. You just never see that high. And he's doing his thing, and everybody's buying it. Everybody's buying it except for me, apparently. And let's stop there for now.
It's time for Stars in the Sky. What did we come up with?
Written in the Stars.
Written in the Stars.
Yes. Fault in Our Stars.
Ooh, I like that, too.
It's where we wonder what could have been. Maybe having some clarity questions that we still have. Alonso, what are you still wondering about after the second one of these movies?
I'm wondering.
What coming out?
Wondering who thought we needed 2 of them. But
the third one that's coming out on Max is going to be amazing.
Yeah, if that strike goes too much longer, you never know.
Oh yeah, no, it'll be on Hallmark. I mean, really, the ending is just sort of begging you to be like, wait, I'm sorry, what and who and how? So yeah, so basically, like, octogenarian, Kelsey Grammer has a baby on the way. Not unheard of. I think both Pacino and De Niro either are about to or recently became dads at an advanced age. But yeah, how does this play into your cancer diagnosis that you've been up until now opting to ignore? And let me tell you something. There is no such thing as like, oh, I just want to peacefully live my days out. No, nobody. That you either throw yourself into a volcano or you find a hospice where they pump you full of like sedatives and things to get you through it. Because you know what? The final stages of cancer are not photogenic and they are not like a vacation, no matter where you're having them. So that guy an oncologist needs to sit him down and tell him what he's in for.
Yeah.
The ending of this movie makes you go, is this like a sneaky indie? Like, what was this ending? How did this happen?
A24 presents Christmas in Paradise. Ari Aster's latest journey.
It was.
Frasier is afraid.
It was insane. My biggest question is: was there ever a discussion of doing Old Town Road in this movie? I would have liked it. Lil Nas X comes out there.
Yeah,
does a little thing. We don't call him Lil Nas X.
Big Nas Y.
Yeah. Lil Nas Y. Big Nas Y.
Comes out. They do a whole thing. I would have really liked it. Maybe for the third one, we'll see if we can.
That's some resort where I want to see.
Yes, would watch.
Yeah, lost in the shuffle of this film, if that's what we're calling it, is Elizabeth Hurley gets promoted to chief editor, and they do that by way of calling her husband. And I got questions for this company. Can you not call the female in the relationship? Is that not something you're promoting her to chief editor? She's got cell service. You called her husband. Could you pass along the news to the little lady? Could you do that?
He's got the umbrella over her, and then she has the umbrella over the baby.
Yeah, you get it. You understand how it works. So that was a move for this movie. So yeah, I would love to hear more information on that company and what season of Mad Men they are operating in.
More than fair.
Yeah.
We did it, everybody. Congratulations. Next week, we're heading over to Epix.
Yeah, we are.
For This Is Christmas.
Hey, Epic's Get Shorty TV show is not bad. Palaha even shows up for a little bit. True story.
This is Christmas. Epix. Let me see if there's anybody of
note
in this movie.
And is there a question mark in the title?
This is Christmas. It is it's a movie. It's going to be a British joint. We got some accents. Originally a Sky original, and then it came over here and landed on Epix. I don't recognize either of these people though. So.
You don't recognize them. That means nothing.
That's true. It's Alfred Enoch and Kaya Scodelario.
Kaya Scodelario?
No, Kaya Scodelario.
What's his first name?
Alfred.
He's
Alfred
in Harry
Enoch.
Potter.
He's How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh.
Yeah, How to Get Away with Murder, Harry Potter, he's in that.
And,
Kaya Scodelario is she was she's in Crawl, that awesome movie about the alligators.
I love that movie.
Dude, that movie's great.
And she was in those stupid Maze Runner movies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't.
Okay, yeah, I recognize her. Great. Well, there you go. Something to look forward to. The last time we had a British movie, it was maybe the movie of the year.
Your Christmas or mine.
So
That's right.
let's see what happens. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.